Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And I want to tell you about a rookie mistake I made. I don't know if you remember when I did my first real mowing video out here on the bluegrass. It was about 2 or 3 days before that is when I actually made this mistake, but it's actually just now showing up really, really good. And this is a month after it actually happened, so that's why it took me a while to kind of figure out what was going on. Now what's happened is I have some brown spots in the yard, and I thought it would be pretty cool to get reactions from my folks that follow me on Instagram. So I put a little short post on Instagram, and I asked everybody, so hey, what do you think this is? So I think it'll be pretty funny to go through and tell you some of the responses I got from this. Some of them are pretty hilarious. So I'm gonna start right at the top and go straight down. Spill, somebody wee there. Looks like a possible tire skid mark or pee. Gas or fertilizer spill, exhaust burn, gas. Has to be from either the trimmer or blower unless your mower ran out of gas. Your dog's urine, took a whiz on the lawn, spilt gas, looks like red thread. Obviously you put down too much of, oh, never mind, I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna have to skip this one. Next one's dollar spot fungus, spilt gas, filling up the lawnmower, too much fertilizer in one spot, gas spill or filling the spreader in the yard. That's where you fill it up. You peed on the lawn. No, I think it's a dead spot. Duh, right? Gas or spreader open, but I'm going with gas. Let's see. This is interesting. This guy says had a customer one time with those spots all over his lawn. He claimed we burned it. I asked him to look at his riding mower, and sure enough, the exhaust was pointing straight down 6 inches from the turf. Gas, or maybe you started to fill your spreader. Fertilizer spilled from spreader. Spilt some gas. Put gas in the mower on the grass. Put your sprayer down for a bit, and you over fertilize that spot because it drips out of the nozzle. My yard looks like that when I leave a hot mower in one spot after mowing. Gassing up in the middle of the yard. Gas. Hit it fat with your wedge as you are practicing what it will be like to hit a pitch shot into the new green. So this fella's saying that I chunked it basically with a sand wedge or a lob wedge. Left open a hopper while pouring 12024. Gas a dog turd. Gas, spilt some gas on the grass. Spilled some grass on the gas. Spilled some gas on the grass. Got to be gas, overflowed fuel tank bit, and a couple of drops of gasoline hit the turf. Spilled fertilizer. I would say spilled gas, gas or fert. Set a hot string trimmer down on the grass. I think that's the first one we've got like that. You ferted. Yeah, that's pretty good. You ferted. Stepped in Roundup. One old stop and drop. Oh man. No, I didn't stop and drop, brother. Gasoline or herbicide spill. Spilled gas. Would have taken too long to go inside to the toilet. You gotta do what you gotta do. Happens to the best of luck. Oh me, would have taken too long to get inside to the toilet. Gotta do what you gotta do. Happens to the best of us. No, that ain't it. Just did the same to mine. Had a loose fuel line. Gas. Not clean sprayer before using a new product. Not cleaning a sprayer before using a new product. That's not what happened here. And On a quick side note, I never clean my sprayer before using a new product. Ever. I've never done that in years and years and years. That's one of those, in my opinion, that's one of those old wives' tales that you have to have this perfectly clean sprayer before you go spray. In my opinion, that's malarkey. Um, I always have maybe a little drop of something left in, and I just the next time I spray, I put water in it, mix my stuff, and go spray. I never clean the sprayers out because I'm not putting anything on my yard that will damage the turf. Okay, so if it mixes up a little bit, I'm completely fine with that. It doesn't bother me one bit. I've got warm season herbicide sprayers that I don't cross contaminate with cool season herbicide sprayers, and then I've got my Roundup sprayer. So I've got a Roundup sprayer, and then cool season, that's herbicide, fungicide, fertilizer, bios, anything, insecticide. I use one sprayer for all this grass out here. I even use the same sprayer for the bluegrass as I do the fescue. I don't care if any of it gets mixed up in any kind of way because everything I use is safe for my turf. Then, of course, at the shop, I've got a dedicated sprayer for Bermuda that I would never bring here and spray any of this cool season turf because a lot of the Bermuda herbicides would damage cool season turf. I do not use the same sprayer that I spray my cool season grasses with as Roundup. Roundup's a totally completely different sprayer. That's the only thing I use for it. Back to the comments. I have a ton of those. I think it's from my dog though. No clue how to fix. Exhaust burn, refueled on the lawn, you spilled some. Muffler burn, gas, too much nitrogen fert, a drop of Roundup, tipped over the spreader full of fertilizer. Whew, man, I got a turf wear that I keep here and use for my granular applications. If I turn that thing over, I'm doing something. I got them all over my backyard. My pugs keep me busy. Gas idled in a spot too long while mowing. I don't never get to sit and idle, man. I'm wide open. I 100% of the time, so that's not it. Parked a running motor over a spot too long can cause stress from a little heat. That is true. Let the female dog pee in the grass. I don't own a female dog. Theo's a boy. Looks like you're swinging clubs. A divot. Yeah, there you go. Refueling the grass. Spray drip from fertilizer. Gas dripped out of the eyelet mower when you adjusted the height of the mower. That's a very good detailed guess, but incorrect. You couldn't make it back to the house in time to pee. Spilled gasoline. Spilled your sun drop. And Texas Blank said that would make it grow. Man, dude, I don't want to spill sun drop. Well, I had that one video where I did spill some sun drop one time, and boy, that was devastating, wasn't it? Glass of sun drop, sunburn. Did you set down a leaky herbicide spray gun? Or maybe drop in a hurry and landed on the trigger? Been there, done that. Yeah, he's saying he may have some Roundup or herbicide in a tank and accidentally hit the trigger too quickly. That didn't happen. Filled up the spreader in the lawn, not on the concrete. That's a great guess, which I never ever try and do that. I always try to pull over in my pine needle beds or on my driveway or inside the building, but I have done it from time to time. But good answer, but that's not what happened. Pee in your grass. Happens to the best of us. Look now, man, I got 100 and some houses sitting around me. You think I'm just gonna whip it out and take a leak right here in the yard? This ain't the country. I grew up on a farm. I grew up in the country in the woods where we could walk out the back door and take a leak if we wanted to. I can't do that here. I just too many women and children running around. Just ain't gonna happen. Just proves you're human after all. Mr. Scott, you're exactly right. I am absolutely human. Exhaust burn, spilled gas, fertilizer, refilled, something there for sure, spilled gas, dog pee spot, dog pee. Did you drop some weed killer, gas drip? Weed eater, gas. Okay, this goes back to what I said before about the sprayer. This is a good answer, but not the right answer. Used a sprayer with a selective herbicide, meaning it selects out what it can kill. Selective herbicides are safe to use on turf for a spot spraying, and previously had been using a non-selective herbicide. Maybe a little was left over in the wand. That is a very good guess, but it's not correct because, like I said earlier, I have a Roundup sprayer. That is the only thing I use that sprayer for. Absolutely nothing else. 100% Roundup, nothing else. And then I have a cool season flow zone that I use for all my cool season turf, and I've got a warm season flow zone. I use it to shop on my Bermuda. Set a bottle down, dog pee, refueling a mower on the grass, and last one was spilled some fertilizer. So I think one person got it right. EXVFD803 stepped in Roundup. Did you know I've been doing this lawn care thing for a living for over 18 years, 19 years now. My wife and I are having our wedding anniversary, 19-year wedding anniversary this year, and that's the year I started doing lawn care when we got married. And so it's 19 years. That's the only reason I'm able to remember all that. And this has happened to me one time. One other time other than this time. I was at a customer's yard and sprayed some Roundup in some beds to kill some vegetation we wanted gone, and just wasn't thinking, and walked through the Roundup. And the Roundup gets on your bottom of your boot. And then you walk through the grass and it, what's the word, translocates, is that what the word is? It comes off your boot and sticks to the grass. That's what happened. I was in a rush trying to really hustle up and get done with all my stuff and have everything up to date as far as spraying goes before my first real mow, so I could just kind of relax and chill and really enjoy the mow kind of thing. And I just wasn't thinking. 99.99% of the time, that 0.1% is right now. I will walk in my beds and I will spray out to the side of me, okay? That way I'm never walking where I spray. Or if I get in an area where there's a lot of weeds or something, of course I don't have that here, but in other places there's a lot of weeds, I'll walk backwards. I think it's about to get nasty. There's some really, really rough looking clouds coming. But I will walk backwards. That way I'm spraying out in front and I'm moving away from it. That way I never step in it. But for some reason, I stepped in it this time. I just got in a rush somehow, didn't think about it. And I've got a spot here. And if you go from here, my normal little trail is going right up through here toward the flagpole, and then I cut up to the house. It's every other footstep on the front of my boot. So evidently that's where I got the Roundup, was on the front of the front of my boot. I don't know which one it was, but it was on the front of it, and it was only on one boot because it was every other footprint. And what I did is I took my normal stride steps, and what do you know? Every time I took a step, there was the brown spot. So that's kind of the little investigative way behind it all. The way I figured out what I did is I just thought about it a minute, and fungus doesn't do this. Okay, disease in a yard doesn't just destroy turf. Of course, Pythium will, something like that. But the normal, leaf spot and brown patch fungus and things like that, they don't do this to grass. They don't kill dead as a hammer a brown spot. They will discolor turf and make it look yucky and nasty and all that. Of course, you can cure that with fungicides. But this is brown on a different level because it's glyphosate brown, Roundup brown, dead as a hammer brown. Okay, so let's take our normal step. I'm gonna start right here, and then boom, boom. Look right there. Boom, boom. Look right there. Boom, 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 boom. It's every other footprint, and it goes all the way to where I get to my pine needles. Look at that. Another one. And then I've got right here, there's the last one, and there are my pine needles. So, rookie mistake. It happens to, it can happen to anybody. So, what I want to say is, if you spray Roundup in your beds to control your weeds, please use caution. Okay, don't get it on your boot. Don't walk where you spray, and don't make the same mistake I did. Fortunately, this is Kentucky bluegrass, so really all I'm going to do is take my little groundskeeper rake, and I'm going to rake that brown out, and then I'm just going to be patient and let the bluegrass fill back in. I could go steal some plugs with my little plugger thing I got, and fix these spots. I'm not worried about it. It'll grow back on its own. If this were Bermuda, the same holds true. If this were fescue and this happened, I would probably rake it out and put a little grass seed on it, because the fescue doesn't spread like bluegrass. So again, don't make the same mistake I made. If you spray Roundup in your natural areas of cracks in your driveway, be sure not to walk through it. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.